Omaha,
Pick up that blitz.
Watch 50, watch 50. Welcome to the franchise. Introducing the loudmouth asshole champion, the people's commissioner, the salty former commissioner, the current commissioner, the fairest in the land, the baby daddy and car salesman, the guy with a general studies degree, the man without a plan, the man-child still growing up, the newcomer and resident punta. And this is the franchise with your host, Johnny Serpentes.
Welcome to the franchise. As always, I'm Johnny Serpentes. Now I'm a little hungover today, just on the franchise. It just don't feel right if I ain't enjoying a cold brewski. Producers at the franchise are putting all new material out there. They're coming up with crazy shit for me to talk about. Recap, the Pitty Party, the Getting Roofied segment, Trading 101, the Fantasy Predictor, you know what I'm saying, the magical Tarun Matwan. We have Harry's Absurd power rankings. We have our own power rankings because obviously people in the league didn't get the memo when we said that the franchise is the only and sole contributor of news in relation to our league. It can only be trusted. All those power rankings, all this bullshit in the group text, nah, don't fly. This is franchise number one. We got big sponsors this week. NBA 2K17. It came with a holographic, some type of board or something. We're sponsored this week by them. Welcome to the franchise, and I'm your host, Johnny Serpentes. Well, I feel like we're having deja vu. I haven't moved since last scene. I'm Johnny Serpentes, and this is the fucking recap of week 3. I think my fucking team showed up. They showed up to practice. I've been fucking calling them all fucking week. It was me versus Bobby. Solid team, you know what I'm saying? Going into it 2-0. I was 0-2. Needed a big win. It ended up 107 to 107. Now, I don't want to spill over to the other segments, but we're going to be talking about my genius in starting 2 QBs on the bench. And we'll talk about that later, but that's what happened when I won the tiebreaker. Next, we got Puppet Master versus Adam Andre. Adam Andre came out of left, blew his back out like a $2 hooker on 4th Street. You know, 95 to 63. And, you know, Harry's team didn't show up this week, and I think we might start to see a trend of that happening quite often with this team. Next we had Tarun Matwan, the People's Commish, versus Mike Steele, the actual commissioner, if you want to even call him that. You know, unfortunately, they were both, you know, going into it. Mike Steele pulled out a 94 to 74 win over him. You know, rough game, but, you know, well fought. Next we had Don't Stop Girly Girly, aka Cameron, you know what I'm saying, versus Make America Great Again. And you know, his team didn't really show up either. In fact, I think, yeah, he scored the lowest score this week. It was 61 to 108. Did Gurley even show up this week? Yeah, Gurley dropped a 20 burger. Not bad for flipping patties. Freddie Chavez, you know, clear dominant force in the league. He's fucking 3-0 now. Fucking, he won 110 against little Luke's bitch ass Don Vito to 104. You know what I'm saying? And you know, Luke's team showed up, I guess. But your boy Devontae Freeman, he finally fucking put up numbers that are even worth talking. Minnesota's putting up numbers like they're fucking a quarterback or some shit. Their defense is ridiculous this year. And as always, that's the recap. And I'm always Johnny Serpentes. I tried to let you pussy niggas eat. This week on the franchise, I'm your host, Johnny Serpentes, and this segment is all about Getting Roofied. About, you know, Cameron and Luke's trade, and Luke left open his trade overnight, and next thing you know, your boy pops up on IR, and the trade goes through anyway, resulting in a lot of drama in the group text, you know what I'm saying? And Luke got roofied, man. He's just, he's a little child. He can't stand up for himself. His older brother had to come in, swinging his dick around or something like that, you know what I'm saying? We try to fix things. Nah, bro, it don't work like that, Luke. So for one, Trading 101. Always close trades if you don't want them to happen. 2, check to see if the dude isn't injured. And 3, grow up. And that's this week's segment on Getting Roofied and Trading 101. And I'm your host, Johnny Serpentes.
So everyone that's complaining about how their studs or previous weeks, how they don't score as much as they want to. But so yeah, come have this pity party with me. You know, CJ Anderson scoring 3 points this week. Antonio Brown scoring 3 points for me last week. You know, I didn't say anything in the group text because I didn't want to have a pity party with you then. But now I'm having my pity party. So everyone that's complains about their studs putting up only single-digit, low-digit numbers, this is the pity party, and this is the franchise. It's week 3 and 2, and I am LeBron James. To the franchise. This is prediction that J-Mac will win the regular season, have the best record in the league. Another prediction, I predict Tyler Nelson will win the league championship, and that is predictions. Magic. So as commissioner, why did you make the decision to uphold the trade?
It was the only decision. It was the only one that could be made. This is a league full of gentlemen. You know, there's an integrity to the process itself that has to be maintained, even on a really dumb thing like this. Tarun keeps saying one and only true commissioner, and it just makes me feel weird inside. That's one thing that I would say.
There was some controversy about the trade, and there was some personal jabs. More specifically, Harry taking a lot of shots at Cameron.
Well, it hurts, Tarun. It hurts. It hurts me. It should hurt Cam, but I think Cam was a real champ throughout all of it, and I think we hold ourselves to a higher standard. We all none of us like each other, money from each other. Like we get together for like an entire 16 weeks just at the chance of taking $40 from like one of these people or all of these people. We're not here to belittle people, talk about people's hairlines, talk about people's families. That's too far. It's too far.
What kind of fines do you have planned for Harry?
I would expect a mid to late round draft pick, to be taken away from those teams. It's 2016. Gonna find the Cahill brothers and Josh a 9th round pick in next year's draft.
A 9th rounder, huh?
9th rounder.
That's some deep value.
There's a lot of value to be found there.
That's a tough one.
I'm a tough guy. We run a tight ship. You guys are running around trying to loosen up the ship, tighten it.
I'm liking this. I'm liking this confidence coming from our commissioner.
9th rounders.
You heard it. You heard it here on the franchise. So what does that mean? They just get a pick skipped over? All
yeah,
right.
Just skipping right over you.
Oh man.
Just a skip.
Awesome.
Welcome to the franchise. As always, I'm your host, Johnny Serpentes. And this week we've got a special segment. It's called Harry's Absurd Power Rankings. Now, the Puppet Master, he likes to put all these crazy power rankings out. Who's the busiest? Who's lazy? Absurd things, what I'm saying? Shit that don't make no sense, in everyday life. So we got our own power rankings this week, and as we had talked about a few episodes back, the franchise is the #1 source of media for fantasy football and pertains to the league, so we're the only people who can be trusted with these powers. So #1, we got Freddie Chavez, 3-0, clear cut, straight up. #2, we got Cameron. I know it sounds crazy, because it is. #3, we got me. I'm just putting myself at the top just because I can. It's my own power rankings. I can put whatever I fucking want. 4, we got Mike Steele. We're being cordial this year on the franchise toward the commissioner. Even still, he still looks like a dyke. #5, we got Tarun, people's commissioner. He didn't want to be too high on the list, but we threw him at 5 anyway, just because we can. #6, we got Lambo Vish. #7, we got T. Nelson, you know what I'm saying? Just #8, we got Adam, just because he would complain if he was any higher on the list. #9, we got Matt. That's pretty good for him considering he's 0-3. #10, we got Josh, aka Fez. 11, Luke. And we actually put Harry as 12, and then we decided we're not even going to include him on the list because his team is that bad. And as always, these are our absurd power rankings brought to you by the franchise, and I'm your host, Johnny Serpentes. Alright, welcome to the franchise. We're rolling into the next segment. We're coming up on waiver wires and the trade recap. Now, there's a lot of fuckery going on. I didn't really agree with any of it, but then I just put my blinders on because I'm a champion. I don't really care what goes on in the league, to be honest. But anyway, just for viewership, we have Blake Bortles, Julius Thomas, Latavius Murray going toward Don Vito for Cam Newton, Alfred Morris, and Quincy Anewa. whatever the fuck his name is. People could say, you know, unfair. A lot of people throw around collusion. I think it's collusion, honestly. They're both pieces of shit. But Cam Newton going to Puppet Master, I mean, on paper his team looks stacked just because Cam Newton's at the top of his list, but we'll see about that in the coming weeks. I think he'll get exposed. Maybe other people will say collusion. We had the People's Commish, Tarun trading his brother, getting rid of Ingram for, who did you give him?
Will Fuller?
Yeah, Will Fuller.
Randall Cobb?
Oh yeah, Will Fuller, man, he's
Dwayne Washington?
Hey, that's who I got.
Some people may say collusion, other people may just say it's magic. Will Fuller, he's a stud, man. He didn't show up, you know, this last week, but, you know, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Mark Ingram, you know, I give the go-ahead on that one. I picked Mark Ingram in the first round last year. Look what that did to me. That's actually all I really want to talk about this. We ain't got a lot of waivers to talk about. Dropped Jimmy Graham, or Fez dropped Jimmy Graham for Jason Witten. And, you know, Jason Witten, he was a solid producer last year for me, so we'll give you the nod on. Kind of wraps up the waivers because they're all pretty shitty, to be honest. And as always, I'm your host, Giant Serpentes, and this is the Waiver Wire and Trade Recap. Franchise, and as always, I'm your host, Giant Serpentes. We're inside now in the Jumbotron. You know what I'm saying? We got the next week projections coming up. First game we got head-to-head. It's the Puppet Master versus the People's Commissioner. It's a fucking huge game, you know what I'm saying? Both tied for first in the East. Both got the L1 going on, you know what I'm saying? And that's not N1, that's L1. I'm taking Tarun, man. You know what I'm saying? Close matchup, 93-95 projection. Becker versus Seattle. You know, Legion of Boom. Let's see if they show up or not. He can probably catch a touchdown anyway. Big matchup, though. Demaryius Thomas versus Tampa Bay. And we got Le'Veon Bell versus Kansas City coming up, you know what I'm saying? That's his first game back. They're fucking already projecting 14 points. We'll see about that. Next we got I'm Still New Orleans, Adam Andre versus Don't Stop Gurley Gurley, Campese. Big matchup. ESPN's saying that, you know, Adam Andre is gonna run away with this one, 85-75. You know, we'll see how that goes. You know, Steve Smith Sr., he had a big game, you know, this previous week. He still showed that age is just a number. Then we had Jarvis Landry matching up against Cincinnati. You know, they're going to air it out to the juice. We'll see how that flies. And then we got Ben Roethlisberger matching up against Kansas City. Big game for them. They got a rebound after getting slaughtered by the Eagles, you know. And Rashad Jennings out right now. Don't know what he's doing starting him. Maybe he's just had a layover or something in New York. You know, he's all NYU kids are weird. I'll take Adam Andre over DSWG. They got all these bye players and shit. When Tuesday rolls around, I'm already in the kitchen fucking trying to get my waiver popping, you know what I'm saying? I don't waste no time. So next matchup, we got gourd flavored Hugh Big Pies. Love them pies, by the way. Make America Great Again. Go Trump. But we got a big game for Odell and Eli Manning. Personally, Eli Manning, 8 interceptions. And then we got Brandon Cooks, David Johnson, solid matchup versus LA Rams. Matt Forte versus Seattle. I don't know about that 12, maybe a -2. And then who we got? We got Eric Ebron. I thought he got hurt. Maybe he's not. Frank Gore, piece of shit. But I'm gonna go ahead and say Make America Great Again. Walks away with this one. Matchup we got Fez, West Bank CrossFit versus Team Bobby. I guess maybe Bobby does. Did you do that on purpose, or did you?
I have to go edit it. I've just been really high. But I'm gonna eventually get to it.
It's all good. We'll give you a
I still got till week 12, right?
Yeah, you good?
Got till week 12. I'm good.
In this matchup, as I just stated before the camera started rolling, 77. I thought maybe he had someone on bye, but apparently that's just what he's rolling with this week. 77-90. That's on paper that's an easy win, but Drew Brees, he's tearing his ACL. Ezekiel Elliott, he's gonna go out for the season with a brain contusion. LaShawn McCoy, gonna break his clavicle, be out for 6 weeks. Kelvin Benjamin's gonna get turf toe. Marvin Jones is gonna get deported. Jason Witten's gonna drop a country mixtape. And Michael Crabtree is gonna get traded before the weekend. So, it's not gonna be 90. Fez is gonna lose. Team Bobby's walking away with this one.
Marvin Jones has been having a pretty breakout. They haven't missed Calvin Johnson, man.
Nah, bro. Dude,
Calvin Johnson, who?
Next matchup we got back at it like a crack addict. That's me. Shout out Barbara Stroza. If you follow me back in the old days, you know all about them fat raps. And we got me versus Brady Bunch. Freddie Chavez 3-0, you know what I'm saying? Right now I got a low projection too, and nobody's on bye. 78-87. Thinking I'm gonna break his streak this week, you know what I'm saying? Thinking Rob Gronkowski is going to have his breakout game, and he's going to be back 100%, along with Emmanuel Sanders finally showing up, and the Broncos defense going to shut it down at Tampa Bay, obviously. Which I loved. I love matchups when I have a defense playing against a quarterback, especially when the quarterback's subpar going against a strong Denver defense. That's my type of game right there. So I'm the same thing. He's got Mike Evans, Jamie Winston. I think they're going to get both shut down. I think that's where I'll win this game. You know, quarterback and receiver. We got Don Vito versus Burger Bakers. Matt Ledet looking for the first win of the season. Don Vito looking to just, I don't know, get back some fucking honor to his name, because right now he's pretty honorless. He's not starting a quarterback. He'll probably blame that on being too busy in school. Okay. Devontae Freeman, nah. JJ, boys, but he's got a 3-point projection. Right now he ain't looking good. Max is gonna get maybe 72 points, if that. And on the flip side, we got Andrew Luck, strong matchup against Jacksonville this week. That's all I got for you. And as always, I'm your host, Johnny Serpentes, and this is the Week 4 projection.
Was I saying it right, Johnny Serpentes?
Yeah. Ready?
I think I'm as ready as I'll ever be, man. Johnny Serpentes, man. Give it up, man. One more time. Johnny Serpentes, man.
This week on the franchise, we got a special guest interview.
At Tarun's 6th grade party where they handed out t-shirts.
I do remember that.
Yeah. I was the QB, man. Don't let the fatness fool you. Like, I could sling the ball. That's probably why I was the quarterback too, because I was kind of fat. I didn't want to run around too much and stay in one spot. And,
kind of like Big Ben or something like that.
And being all-time QB, I knew I was going to be on the winning team one way or another. So that.
Also, too, do you plan on dropping a mixtape with Currency?
A mixtape? Not really a mixtape, but that's like my best friend, my partner, you know what I mean? So whatever help he needs, I'll help him and stuff. Me personally, I'm not putting it on. It's just flying around.
I know.
While we're talking that tight. Yep, jet life, man, yep.
What's your favorite alcohol?
Right now, it would have to be Crown Regal Apple. But before that, I was a Patron man. I don't really like the taste. I just like what gets me fucked up. But Crown Apple has a nice little candy apple taste to it.
Yeah.
I can't be mad at it.
Snapchat or you fucking something drinking.
Yeah, I was drinking whiskey with Jay. I don't drink whiskey, but J-Mac brought it out of me, man. I mean, Johnny Serpentes. Excuse me.
Cut that shit. I mean, who do you see winning the league this year? You got a favorite?
Well, of course I see myself winning the league, you know what I mean, the new underdog.
Yeah, sure.
But if not me, I would root for Johnny Serpentes. And I'm gonna throw a curveball. This guy smoked weed with me at the draft, so I'm gonna fuck with him. Mike Steele. I like Mike Steele, man. We smoked hella pot at the draft. I mean, the man smoked weed. Nobody else, man. There was like 12 people there. Nobody else wanted to smoke weed with me. You smoked cigarettes and we had whiskey. That's why you my boy. That's why Mike Steele is my boy, man.
I appreciate it. And also, too, you got any last words?
Hey, smoke weed every day. Pretty much sums it up.
Well, I appreciate you being on the show, you know what I'm saying?
Thanks for having me, man. You gotta have me back when I win the championship, man.
We will. We do have
Thanks,
championships, winner circle type of thing going on.
Yep.
Next time, I'm your host, Johnny Serpentes.
All right.
All day, nigga.
Cosign. Statement. I am San Pablo. So, Tyler Nelson is gonna win this league, win the championship his rookie year, and that's about it. Closing statement, franchise, San Pablo.